equivalent period of time.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Undersecretary Nelson, first I'd like to congratulate Treasury's Office of Terrorism and Financial Intelligence, also FinCEN, the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, and OFAC, that is the Office of Foreign Assets Control, on a very impressive year. Since we saw you for your last annual hearing in April, hundreds of individuals and entities have been sanctioned, including many from Russia, Iran, and China. Rulemakings on residential real estate, investor advisors, and beneficial ownership have been posted or finalized. Treasury has also been bold in developing new solutions to old problems, whether it's collaborating with allies to cap the price of Russian oil, or it's taken on new crypto criminals committing old school crimes, including the record-breaking Binance settlement that will garner $4.3 billion in penalties for the American taxpayer. Misguidedly, our Republican colleagues have rejected the $229 million requested by the Biden administration for FinCEN for fiscal year 2024, reducing that to an astonishing low of $166 million in their appropriations bill. TFI, which includes our sanctions agency, OFAC, suffers similar cuts in the Republican budget as compared to the president's request. How would reducing the resources available for your mission affect the ability of TFI and its staff to respond to national security threats? And what would it mean for BSA AML compliance?
Thank you, Ranking Member Waters, for the, I think, accurate description of the key priorities that TFI and FinCEN have sought to support our overall national security mission over the last year, identifying how important it is to close those critical gaps in our AML CFT infrastructure to protect our financial system. And with the three rulemakings you noted, we believe we have successfully started down the path to do that. In terms of resources, as you noted, I think from our perspective, to the extent our budget doesn't match the challenges as you described, we will be less effective in the use of our tools. That's the range of tools from our sanctions authorities to the regulatory authorities that Andrea oversees, Director Gacki oversees in managing FinCEN. We would not be able to enforce the economic measures that we are engaged in support of our national security in the ways that I think you and policymakers would find meaningful. And I think we would also not have the capacity to address new national security challenges as they come up.
Thank you very much. Last year, the Treasury Department released a long-awaited U.S. government-wide de-risking strategy as mandated by the Anti-Money Laundering Act of 2020. Having worked for years with those most heavily impacted by de-risking, including many Caribbean nations and territories that are effectively cut off from the international banking community, I was pleased to see the release of this strategy. Its importance was underscored in a 2022 hearing when I chaired where Prime Minister Mia Amor Motley of Barbados gave historic testimony about the negative effects of de-risking on the people and businesses in the region. Your strategy recommended several follow-up actions, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And so I'm very pleased about the response and would like to continue to work with Treasury to see what we can do to strengthen the Caribbean with involvement with the United States banking community.
We would welcome it. We welcome your leadership, and we have some ideas, so hopefully we can work with your office on that.
Thank you, and I yield back.
The lady yields back.